Hey kids, this is Kamal with The City and Beyond. In today's video, we'll be focusing on stopovers, what they are, and how they can help you to experience a new destination for free. We wanted to share this information with you because we realized that some of our fellow part-time travelers don't really utilize or know how to utilize stopovers. And we also realized that a lot of travelers at large don't understand how to use it either. But before we get started, we're going to say that after this video, you should look into other stopover videos, and we'll make sure to link some of the ones that we like in the description below. So, where to begin? I guess first and foremost, it would be, what are stopovers? First and foremost, let's make a distinction. Layovers and stopovers are not the same thing. A layover is when you arrive at a destination and you hopefully have an hour to 23 hours to get to your gate to move on to your next destination. A stopover, which is similar to a layover, is when you use that time in between when you land and when your next departure is to explore the city or state or country that you're in. Apparently there's something called the 2359 rule. I have no idea what that is, and neither does Selena. We actually just found out about that, so we will not be discussing this in this video, but feel free to look it up. If you have a destination in mind, but you're not sure if they have a stopover, you're gonna need to do a little bit of research. There are several places that you can look to help you out. A couple of examples are Air Wanderer and Skiplash, hashtag not sponsored. However, at the end of this video, we'll give you a few recommendations from airlines that we've either looked into or have traveled on personally. As part of your research, you should probably also look into visas, because while international laws continually change, you may need a visa that is not connected to your final destination. Stopovers are fun and a great time, but if you don't have a visa, you will not be able to enter the country. So while looking at stopovers, look at the visa requirements. We've successfully booked stopover perks with Qatar Airways, and we have booked stopovers with TAP Portugal and Singapore Airlines without taking advantage of their perks. Every airline is different and they advertise their stopovers and stopover perks different. We're going to use these three airlines as an example to help you with your future travels. Before we continue, we're going to ask you to subscribe to The City and Beyond so you can get more content about part-time travel and travel tips made easy. If it wasn't obvious already, stopovers with named airlines are to that destination. So TAP Portugal is going to do a stopover in Portugal, Singapore Airlines in Singapore, and Qatar Airways in, you guessed it, Qatar. So number one for all of these is know that you can type into your search engine the airline and stopover to find out where you can add stopover perks to your itinerary. For TAP, you can go directly to their website. I'm going to go back to the home screen here, book a flight, and right at the top of the page it says stopover. And if you can see right here, it asks you how long you actually want to stay over here. We didn't really benefit from the stopover perks because we were very new to what this meant, but we did book our own hotel and walk around Lisbon. What would have elevated that experience is getting a discount on our hotel, as you can see on their site. Airlines like that make it actually really easy to book stopover flight. Let's move on, and we'll go to Qatar. Now, you'll use the same procedure that you did last time. We've already done that, so we're just gonna jump right into it. As you can see, you need a visa to enter Qatar. So it's always a good idea to apply for your visa ahead of time, because you don't want to be Tom Hanks in terminal and just waiting around the airport when you're there to explore for a little while, right? Right. So they give you all your instructions here. Book your flight, add a stopover, receive your visa, choose your offer, and book a hotel stay. And the prices are phenomenal. So make sure you get one and take advantage of this. So now we are going to move on to Singapore. So we took them for our trip to New Zealand earlier in the year, technically late last year, however you want to look at it with the progress of time, right? People didn't really like our review, but I mean, it was honest and that's how we felt about it. If you had a better experience in Singapore, leave a comment below. If you didn't, give us a thumbs up. The highlight for us was definitely the stopover, but we didn't have an overnight one, so technically it was a layover. However, it was long enough that we got to explore the city and their massive airport, which is a city unto itself, if we're being completely honest. Singapore offered us free tours from the airport so that you can see everything, and hit all the major sites that you're supposed to see. We decided to do our own paced version of it versus the one with the group. So we looked up what we could do and the amount of time that we had allotted to us before we could do it. And it was a great way to close out our New Year's Day. Link to that video will be in the description. On Singapore's stopover page, they break the packages down per person, which is very different from TAP and different from Qatar as well. It clearly shows you all the things included with the package, and you can budget how much you want to spend. So that was your basic tutorial on how to book stopovers with these 3 airlines. Again, every airline is different. So be very conscientious and wade through it a little bit to make sure you get the perks. Maybe even call customer service or do the online chat, because I know how you millennials are with phones. Hashtag I'm a millennial. Other airlines that have stopovers, deals, perks, and experiences. Here are a few airlines in no specific order. Air Canada, Iceland Air, Finnair, Turkish Airlines, Air China, Etihad, and Emirates. As an honorable mention, I'd like to also make mention of domestic layovers. You can have an extended domestic layover that is in the realm of a stopover. An example of this would be our trip to Dallas. Our final destination was actually in Vancouver. So we left from New York City and we flew to Dallas, and we had about an 18 to 20 hour layover. So we spent the night in a hotel, and then we went and saw some of the attractions that they had in Dallas. And you can do this as well. Once you get to the destination, you can go to the city's website and see all the attractions that they have in the area and make your own tour. Last but not least, who should book these? Well, that's dependent on a lot of things. I guess the first thing to consider is this isn't for everyone. You should know your comfort level and the comfort level of the people that you'll be traveling with. Not everyone's gonna wanna get out, leave the airport, come back, and go through security again. Sometimes security can be a nightmare, and one time is enough. When planning your stopover, think about the pros and cons. What would be the benefits of having this stopover? Obviously, you get to experience a new place or a place you've been to before and want to see again. Is it enough for you to do this? A lot of the time, stopovers don't cost anything extra, but sometimes they do. So these are some things that you should consider. If you'd actually like to see a video of the pros and cons of stopovers, let us know in the comment section below. Well, that's it for me. We hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, let us know in the comment section down below. Give us a like because you like us, and subscribe so you can see the video that's coming out later this week. And until next time, bye!